y'all both obviously staples of the Knicks. You'll get mad love when you come back. But in the playing days, the exits wasn't, exactly smooth. You know what I mean? How do you get past that to the point where you are now, where you sitting at the Garden and you getting all that love?
Well, for me, I understood before I got to the New York Knicks who the New York Knicks were. So being a New York kid and watching it, seeing it, reading about it with other players I can remember watching from Dave Checkers and Pat Riley back in the days. So I'm that kid that had those experiences growing up for the Knicks. Being one of those dudes like, man, Checkers is gonna pick me. You know what I'm saying? So when you see how things play out, it could be for good or it could be for bad. But when it's for the good, when you're in New York, you know what it is. And I chose to live on that side, although I knew that it could be bad as well. When I ended my relationship with the Knicks, I was mad and I was upset and I was frustrated because that's my team.
Right.
Not so much of what happened and what went on as far as, when I was playing and when I wasn't playing. I had my part in the things that I did as well. So I take my responsibility of the things that I didn't do correct as far as being one of the leaders of the team. But as I grow and I learn and I go to, another team in China and, all of the things that I experienced and what I went through from, playing in the NBA and especially the Knicks, I was able to reverse all of the things that I didn't do well. I was able to transfer it and do something that was really positive and good for my team that I was playing for, right, so that we could win championships. Because that's all it was at the end of the day. I'm in my 30s. I'm like, that's what I want to do. So after winning and going through all of what I went through and receiving the accolades that I received in China, I was able to transfer that over to something positive and looking at New York as that was something that I was supposed to go through. So I could grow through it, to be able to be here, to be able to accept the love that they showing me right now. So God, wrote it exactly the way how it was supposed to be written. For him, to me, to show people like, trust me, you may not agree, but this is right here proof. Because I couldn't, in New York, you can't make nobody clap for you in New York. They can't, the announcer can't be like, yo, everybody clap and give it up for, that don't work like that.
Not even on the train when they
nothing, no jump.
Don't go like that.
Yo, if you like this backflip clap,
exactly.
Fuck out of here.
So for me, to be able to be in that space and to be able to receive that applause, it just, for my heart, what it did, it made me feel like I'm finally home. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I could do business here in America. I could do business with people in New York. I could come to the game like it was all over with. But, again, I had to go through what I went through and going to China, learning what I had to learn to be able to, put myself in a situation where I could communicate on that level.
That's enlightenment.
Yo, that's it, bro. You said it, bro. It's growth. You know what I mean? It's going through some bullshit and coming out on the other end being like, hey, look, I went through this bullshit and it taught me a lot. And now I'm back with a clear head.
And I was the cleanup hitter to him when I look back at it. Right? So I'm looking at it, nah, this is what's going on over there. Like the whole world is looking at that. Yo, this is what's going on over there. Nah, and everybody's like, I'm not fucking with that. I'm not. That shit is crazy in New York. That organization is crazy. So when it's my time, I'm just sitting and looking like, I know the Mecca is calling me. Like it takes a certain player to deal with that. But I know from growing up in it, so I know what to expect. I know the people. I know how to move around. You get what I'm saying? It's just a different energy that I wanted. And also I was trying to hit that curve from a business aspect. Like, okay, I ain't doing this forever. I'm not going to be doing basketball. I don't know what I got to figure out, but I know that's going to help me get to what I need to figure out. So when I came, I was so adamant, like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm taking that challenge. But I'm a student. I'm looking at not only him, I'm looking at how they treated Jeter, how A-Rod coming through. I'm looking at football guys. I'm looking at how everybody who wore the white hat in New York teams, how they was handled, how they was mishandled. I'm taking all of that information. So for me, I was just like, you know what? No matter what the fuck happens, I know today if I score 40 and we win, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I know tomorrow if I score 40 and we lose, I'm the worst thing. You get what I'm saying? I'm selfish. I'm a bad locker room guy. I'm bad on the bus, like all type of shit. So I was very aware of all of that, which is why I always kept it the same. I'm always speak to everybody. I'm gonna speak to every media member out there. Whatever the fuck is in the article, I'm gonna speak on it. I'm a man up to it, and I'm gonna keep it moving. If shit go down, I ain't saying nothing. Because I know I'm gonna go out there and I gotta do what I gotta do because of the pressures of being talked about, barked on, shitted on, hated on, but I still gotta go out here and perform.
Right.
These motherfuckers only care about performance and winning. That's it. Fuck what everybody else is saying. So I knew that. I was very much aware of that. And I also knew the truth. So when you know the truth, you ain't gotta speak on it. You don't speak on the truth. And I know we spoke about timing before, this and that, but it was God gave me a time.
Yeah,
like,
that moment.
You gonna speak when you gonna speak, and it may not be how you want to speak it.
In that moment.
But you gonna speak it. It may be other ways that information come out.
Right.
It ain't gonna be a media member talking to you. Like he's showing me all of this, and I had to be patient and just take what was coming along with that. But still knowing the truth though. Still knowing the truth.
When I look at you know what went on with you during that time, and then when you ended up playing in Portland.
At the end.
When I seen you playing in Portland, I said he's free. Again, he's back to playing his style of basketball. You was just free because I watched it and I see it, and I know it's frustrating. I mean, I left. So you guys, like Iverson, he stayed. You stayed. You didn't go nowhere else. And you know, you thugged it. You stayed working. Okay, to play in the NBA, it's harder playing in China because if you're trying to play in the NBA, you're not going to play 25, 30 minutes right away straight.
Right.
You know, when you go to China or other places, you play right away. You play a lot because, you know, you're the best player right away. But when you're playing on teams where they're really good, it's going to take time to adjust. You got to learn. It's a whole process. So you figured out a new role. You figured out a new way how to be happy while you were on the court. That's what I saw. I didn't talk to you. I didn't see you. But from me watching you, from me knowing you, from, you know, seeing you and Bron from when y'all was younger, D-Wade, you know, seeing you in that space playing in Portland, I just was like, wow, I watched this dude just pretty much not get a chance to go play basketball, and this dude can score 25, 30. How do you not want that? But that's not what God wanted.
Yeah, I felt that energy though.
Yeah, he didn't want that.
I felt that energy, which is why I went and got 00, and I put peace on the back of my jersey because I really was at peace when I was in Portland.
See?
Like the 00 wasn't just the 00. Like that was the infinity number. You get what I'm saying? That's what the 00 was for. So peace is infinite. You get what I'm saying? It's never ending peace. So I had that on the back of my jersey, and my energy I was carrying that. I was carrying that peace, which is why that energy was being put out to the world where I wasn't even speaking to my brother.
That's beautiful.
And he felt that. And he felt that energy.
So yeah, that's how I look. I mean, I wear number 3 because of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Indeed.
That's why I wear number 3. That's why my oldest brother, Eric, started wearing number 3. It's Trinity. And, you know, what you were displaying, not scoring and doing all of that.
The aura.
You was free.
It was a relief.
Yeah, you was free. I could see it when I was watching. I said, oh yeah, he's back in this space. And, you know, there's no better place. Like Kyrie, you look at Kyrie, he's free on the court right now. It's no space or place like it in the NBA when you're hooping without all of that noise. Like that's noise, not dealing with your family and dealing with all the people that you deal with, and you know, It's when you can't get on the court and you can't be free in your own free will access that's for you and only for you, and that guy who's a player is for him to do that. And then now you guys get to get on the court and do what it is that you're going to do.
It's music.
That's when the symphony comes out, right? Bring out, as Jamal Crawford said, bring out the band. Bring out the band. Bring it out the band.
Yo, the NBA regular season may be a wrap, but Prospects has got you covered when it comes to helping you make some bread.
Prospects is a daily fantasy app where you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250. Prospects is wild simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds.
Be sure to visit prizepicks.com/7pm. And you know, we're going to give you the code. So use our promo code 7pm for a deposit match up to $100. But in the meantime, stay locked in to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn.